Imagine a silent alarm ringing in your body, a whisper of a warning before a storm. What if I told you that alarm often goes unheard, dismissed as mere fatigue or old age, yet it holds the key to preventing a life-altering catastrophe? And for decades, I've walked the path of healing, witnessing firsthand the profound impact of health choices. Today, we're unmasking a deceptive culprit, a medical phenomenon so common in our elders, yet so frequently misdiagnosed: the mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack. This isn't just another health video. This is a lifeline. Stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes could literally save a life, perhaps even that of someone you deeply cherish. My journey through medicine has taught me one undeniable truth. The human body is a marvel of complexity, constantly sending signals, often subtle, sometimes urgent. The mini-stroke, or TIA, embodies this perfectly. It's a fleeting event, a momentary hiccup in the brain's blood supply, where a tiny clot temporarily obstructs blood flow, only to dissolve or move away. For many, it's just a strange few minutes of dizziness or a clumsy hand, quickly forgotten. But as a physician, I see it as a profound cry for help, a desperate plea from the brain for attention before it faces a more devastating assault. The statistics are sobering, even alarming. The American Stroke Association reports around 240,000 transient ischemic attacks in the US annually. That's 250,000 warnings! And here's the truly critical part. Nearly 1 in 5 individuals who experience a suspected mini-stroke will suffer a full-blown, debilitating stroke within 90 days. Think about that. A 20% chance of a major stroke in just 3 months. This isn't a minor health blip. It's a ticking time bomb. Let's clarify what we're up against. When we talk about strokes, we generally encounter 2 main types. The first, and by far the most common, affecting nearly 90% of stroke patients, is the ischemic stroke. This is akin to a blocked pipe. A blood clot obstructs a vessel, cutting off vital blood and oxygen to a part of the brain. The second type, much less frequent but often more immediately catastrophic, is the hemorrhagic stroke. Here, it's like a burst pipe. A blood vessel ruptures, bleeding into the brain and compressing delicate tissue. Both are emergencies. But the mini-stroke, the TIA, is almost always an ischemic event, a fleeting blockage that resolves on its own. The danger lies in its temporary nature, making it easy to dismiss. And then there's the insidious, silent stroke. Imagine having a stroke without even knowing it. It sounds impossible, yet it's a reality, especially for the elderly. These often go unnoticed because the affected brain areas are small, or other parts of the brain compensate, masking the damage. But these silent strokes, while not immediately causing noticeable symptoms, accumulate damage over time, significantly increasing the risk of future, more devastating strokes and contributing to cognitive decline. I've seen countless patients in my practice whose subtle memory issues or unexplained clumsiness were eventually linked to a history of undiagnosed silent strokes. This highlights the importance of comprehensive medical evaluation, not just symptom management. Now, let's talk about what these alarms actually look like. Because recognizing these signs, even if fleeting, is paramount. 1. The world tilts. Dizziness or balance issues. Reduced blood flow to the back of the brain, particularly the cerebellum and brainstem, which are crucial for coordination and balance, can manifest as sudden, unexplained dizziness or vertigo. This isn't just lightheadedness from standing up too fast. This is a profound sense of disequilibrium, where the room might spin, or you feel as if you're about to fall without any clear external reason. I recall treating an elderly gentleman, a former diplomat, who initially dismissed his sudden bouts of dizziness as just getting old. He was sharp as a tack, but these episodes would leave him disoriented. Fortunately, his vigilant daughter insisted on a full workup, and we discovered he'd had several TIAs. His quick intervention by his daughter prevented a major stroke that was certainly on the horizon. 2. The face falls, the limbs weaken, numbness or drooping. This is one of the most classic and recognizable stroke symptoms, often unilateral, meaning it affects only one side of the body. The brain's control over sensory processing, muscles, and nerves is highly localized. When blood supply is compromised, particularly in areas controlling motor function, you might see a sudden, inexplicable droop in one side of the face, an uneven smile, or difficulty lifting one arm or leg. I once consulted on a high-powered CEO known for his relentless work ethic. He thought he just slept funny when he woke up with a slight facial droop and weakness in his right arm. He powered through his morning meetings, attributing it to stress. His astute executive assistant, noticing his slightly slurred speech and the subtle asymmetry of his face, insisted he seek medical attention. We caught Atiya just in time, averting what could have been a career-ending major stroke during a critical board meeting. 3. Words lost, vision blurred, difficulty speaking or seeing. Strokes don't just affect physical movement. They can hijack our cognitive functions, especially speech and vision. When the brain's oxygen supply is disrupted, the delicate neural pathways controlling language, located primarily in the left hemisphere for most people, can falter. This can manifest as dysarthria, where speech becomes slurred, slow, or difficult to understand, or aphasia, a more profound difficulty with language processing, leading to jumbled words, nonsensical phrases, or an inability to understand what's being said. Visual impairments can range from blurred vision in one eye to a complete loss of vision in a part of the visual field. I remember a celebrated author, renowned for her eloquence, who experienced sudden, fleeting moments where she couldn't articulate her thoughts clearly, using invented words in place of common ones. Her editor, knowing her usual precision with language, noticed the unusual patterns and urged her to see a neurologist. We uncovered Atiya affecting her dominant hemisphere. 4. The mind wanders. Inability to concentrate. This is a more subtle but equally concerning sign. The brain, like any organ, requires a constant, robust supply of oxygen and nutrients to function optimally. When this supply is even temporarily reduced, as in Atiya, it can impair the brain's executive functions, leading to difficulty focusing, maintaining attention, or processing complex information. It's more than just being distracted. It's a genuine cognitive fog. 5. Lost in translation, confusion and disorientation. Imagine suddenly not knowing where you are, who you are, or even what day it is. This profound disorientation and confusion can be a frightening symptom of a TIA. The brain's ability to integrate sensory information and maintain a coherent sense of self and surroundings can be severely compromised. Prompt treatment is absolutely vital here. Otherwise, this initial confusion can escalate into more severe, irreversible cognitive issues, including significant memory loss and even dementia. This is a critical point that cannot be overstated. I've seen this personally with a retired Supreme Court justice, a man known for his impeccable intellect and memory. During Atiya, he momentarily couldn't recognize his own home or the faces of his family. The immediate medical response, initiated by his quick-thinking spouse, reversed these symptoms, highlighting the importance of rapid intervention. 6. The Thunderclap. Severe headache. While many headaches are benign, a stroke-related headache is distinct. It's often described as a thunderclap headache, sudden, severe, and unlike any headache you've experienced before. It can be excruciating and persistent, lasting for hours or even days. It's crucial to differentiate this from a typical migraine, which usually builds gradually and is accompanied by other specific symptoms. If you experience a headache that feels like a sudden explosion in your head, seek emergency medical attention immediately. 7. The sudden blackout. Syncope or fainting. Syncope or fainting is an abrupt and temporary loss of consciousness, usually lasting under 5 minutes. While many factors can cause fainting in the context of a TIA, it's due to a temporary disruption in the brain's blood supply. While consciousness often returns spontaneously, any fainting episode, especially if accompanied by other symptoms like confusion or weakness, demands immediate medical evaluation. 8. Seeing the unseen. Hallucinations. This is a less common but deeply unsettling symptom. TIAs, particularly those affecting certain visual processing areas of the brain or increasing the risk of vascular dementia, can sometimes lead to transient hallucinations These can be visual, auditory, or even tactile. If someone, especially an elderly individual, begins to describe seeing or hearing things that aren't there, and there's no other clear medical explanation, a TIA should be considered as a potential underlying cause. The world of power, influence, and fame often masks the fundamental vulnerabilities of the human body. Even those who shape nations and command empires are not immune to the silent threats of medical conditions like TIAs. I've had the privilege, and sometimes the challenge, of caring for individuals from all walks of life, including those at the pinnacle of global power. Their stories, though anonymized for privacy, offer profound lessons. Consider the Commander, a military leader of immense global stature, renowned for his strategic brilliance and unwavering composure under pressure. His life was a whirlwind of international travel, high-stakes negotiations, and constant decision-making. One morning during a crucial summit, he experienced what he later described as a brief moment of disorientation. He felt a sudden, inexplicable weakness in his left hand, struggled to grip his pen, and his words, usually precise, became momentarily jumbled. He attributed it to jet lag and the stress of the negotiations. His personal physician, however, who had observed him for years, noticed the subtle changes in his speech and the slightly uneven smile he tried to mask. He immediately ordered a quiet, private neurological evaluation. The results confirmed a TIA. From a medical perspective, his age, coupled with years of high-stress lifestyle, inconsistent sleep, and a predisposition to hypertension that he managed somewhat inconsistently, created a fertile ground for such an event. The TIA served as a stark warning. The Commander, a man who rarely showed vulnerability, was suddenly confronted with his own biological fragility. This event, despite its fleeting nature, led to a profound shift in his approach to health. He meticulously adhered to his medication, integrated regular, albeit discreet, physical activity into his demanding schedule, and prioritized stress management techniques. He continued to lead for many more years, his mind as sharp as ever, a testament to the power of recognizing and acting on early warning signs. Then there was the Visionary, a titan of industry whose innovative spirit had transformed entire sectors of the global economy. This individual, known for their seemingly boundless energy and ability to work long hours, developed a pattern of experiencing sudden, severe headaches that would vanish as quickly as they appeared. They initially dismissed them as migraines, brought on by intense mental exertion. However, one particularly alarming episode involved a momentary blurring of vision, as if a veil had been drawn across one eye, lasting only a minute or two. This fleeting visual disturbance was the crucial clue. My analysis of their case revealed a complex interplay of risk factors, a genetic predisposition to high cholesterol, decades of a sedentary lifestyle dominated by boardroom meetings, and a diet often sacrificed for convenience during their relentless pursuit of professional goals. The migraines were, in fact, recurrent TIAs impacting the visual cortex and pain pathways. The transient nature of the symptoms made them easy to overlook, especially for someone so driven and accustomed to pushing through discomfort. What saved the Visionary from a more devastating stroke was the persistence of a junior colleague who, having recently attended a health seminar, recognized the specific description of a thunderclap headache and the transient visual disturbance as potential stroke symptoms. The colleague gently but firmly urged the Visionary to seek immediate medical attention. This intervention led to a comprehensive diagnostic workup, revealing significant carotid artery stenosis, a narrowing of the major blood vessels supplying the brain. Timely medical and surgical intervention prevented a major stroke that could have permanently robbed the world of their visionary contributions. These stories, often hidden behind the curtains of power and influence, underscore a universal truth. Health knows no hierarchy. It doesn't discriminate based on wealth, status, or power. The brain, our most vital organ, operates on fundamental biological principles, and when those principles are violated through chronic hypertension, uncontrolled cholesterol, inactivity, or unchecked stress, it will send out distress signals. The privileged few are no less susceptible than the average citizen, and in some cases, their high-stress lifestyles might even exacerbate their risk. Understanding these signs is crucial, but knowing what to do is paramount. Remember the FAST acronym, a simple yet powerful tool recommended by the National Stroke Association. F is for face. Ask the person to smile. Does one side of their face droop? A is for arms. Ask the person to lift both arms. Does one arm drift downward, or is it difficult to lift? S is for speech. Ask the person to repeat a simple sentence. Is their speech slurred, strange, or difficult to understand? T is for time. If you observe any of these signs, even if they disappear, it's time to call 911 immediately. Do not wait. Every second counts. Why is immediate medical attention so vital? Because while a TIA may not cause permanent damage at the moment, it's an urgent warning. Medical professionals can perform crucial diagnostic tests like CT or MRI scans of the brain and carotid arteries to pinpoint the cause of the temporary blockage and assess the risk of a future major stroke. This allows for proactive intervention, whether it's medication to prevent clots, procedures to clear blockages, or aggressive management of underlying risk factors. Speaking of risk factors, many are manageable, providing significant opportunities for prevention. Hypertension, high blood pressure, the silent killer. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is a leading cause of both TIAs and major strokes. Regular monitoring and adherence to prescribed medications are non-negotiable. High cholesterol contributes to plaque buildup in arteries, narrowing blood vessels, and increasing clot risk. Obesity and inactive lifestyle. These go hand in hand, contributing to a cascade of health issues, including hypertension, diabetes, and increased inflammation, all of which elevate stroke risk. Smoking damages blood vessels and dramatically increases clot formation. Quitting smoking is one of the most impactful health decisions you can make. Diabetes. Poorly controlled blood sugar damages blood vessels over time, making them more prone to blockages. Age. While we can't stop aging, understanding that risk increases with age empowers us to be more vigilant about managing other controllable factors. The CDC offers simple yet profoundly effective prevention strategies, controlling blood pressure and cholesterol, avoiding smoking, embracing regular physical activity, and managing stress. And while aspirin can be a preventative measure for some individuals at high risk, it should only be used under medical guidance and, crucially, never to treat an active stroke. If you suspect a stroke, the priority is immediate emergency medical help, not self-medication. My years in medicine have instilled in me a deep respect for the resilience of the human spirit, but also a sober understanding of our physical limitations. The body is an interconnected system, and neglecting one part often impacts the whole. The journey to a long and healthy life is not about avoiding all illness, but about understanding our vulnerabilities, recognizing the warning signs, and acting decisively when they appear. A mini-stroke is not a minor inconvenience. It's a profound wake-up call. It's your body's way of saying, pay attention, there's something serious brewing. To ignore it is to gamble with your future, to risk permanent disability, or worse. The stories of the commander and the visionary are not just tales of the powerful. They are universal narratives of human vulnerability and the profound impact of timely medical intervention. So, as you walk away from this video, I implore you to carry these lessons with you. Share this knowledge. Discuss it with your loved ones, especially your elders. Be the watchful eye, the listening ear, and the informed advocate. Because in the realm of mini-strokes, knowledge isn't just power, it's salvation. Remember, your health is your greatest asset. Nurture it, protect it, and listen to its whispers before they become roars. If you found this video insightful and empowering, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Long Live Healthy to join our community dedicated to informed well-being, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our critical health insights. Share this video with everyone you care about, because knowing these 8 signs of a mini-stroke can literally be the difference between a minor setback and a life-altering tragedy. Now, I'm eager to hear from you. Did you know about these specific signs of a mini-stroke before today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights help us all grow. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to continuing our health journey together in the next video. Stay healthy, stay vigilant, and long live healthy.